Wishing for peace on this Christmas Eve will not make it so. But for those who choose to follow the way of Jesus, peace becomes a way of life, transforming our very being. Then the peace we discover moves powerfully out into the world, stirring in the lives of others whom we touch, spreading peace further and further, empowering all with this peace until our world is changed. Much like a stone tossed into a pond, rippling circle by circle by circle, until the entire pond is alive with new moving energy. Now, I know it can be difficult to know what to do. Even when we believe we must do something, bringing peace into the world, a world so lacking in peace at every turn, seems such a daunting task. It is easier just to give up, walk away, try at least to find some kind of inner peace, while we convince ourselves that anything we could possibly do can never really make a difference in our world. A story is told of a small bird who asks a wild dove, "What is the weight of a snowflake?" The dove replies, "Nothing more than nothing." Then the little bird tells this story. "I sat on a branch of a fir tree close to the trunk, watching a soft, gentle snowfall. Since I had nothing better to do, I counted the falling snowflakes as they settled on the twigs and needles of my branch. The number was exactly 741,952. When the next snowflake dropped, nothing more than nothing, as you say, the branch broke off. Then the little bird flies away, leaving the dove. And the dove, an authority on these things since the time of Noah, thinks about the story for a while, and then to herself she says, perhaps there is only one person's voice lacking for peace to come about in the world. Perhaps there is only one person's voice lacking for peace to come about in the world. You may think that whatever you are able to contribute to peace in the world has less impact than one tiny small snowflake, but then that small snowflake of an action may be the tipping point, moving things in a completely different direction, a holy direction. As we listen to the angel voices, the message of Christmas for us this night is God doesn't necessarily show up in high and lofty places, or pious, quiet spaces, or sacred religious places, or in important, powerful people. God shows up unexpectedly, in amazing ways, in surprisingly messy places, often where sisters and brothers who might be called the least of these know only injustice, inequity, and an absence of compassion. Where the children of God in desperate need of a lasting peace live their lives waiting for peace, peace that comes only when justice is served and truth is proclaimed. God shows up where children, young people, women, and men live in the messiness of being human in our world and need a loving, compassionate, helping hand up. God shows up in these places bringing peace. And God shows up inviting us to take real peace into all the world, doing everything we can to make this peace be an everlasting peace. So our prayers for Christmas Eve this year for peace are not only for our God to act in the world. Our prayers are also a plea for our own lives to be transformed into peacemakers, to be partnered with God in changing our world, to participate in setting the world in a holy direction of truth and justice that bring genuine, lasting peace. My Christmas wish for you is this: may you be encountered by the holy this Christmas in profoundly new ways. And touched by this holy God, may you hear the joyful angel voices proclaiming on earth peace. Then join in the song for peace and walk out these doors into the Detroit City night, the Detroit City night, with a new sense of urgency for changing the world in a place of everlasting peace for all people. Thanks be to God. Amen.